I am Dr. Lutz Mary, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The subject code is I'm going to take is CS8088 Wireless ADHOC and Sensor Network. I am working in the college, Rohini College of Engineering. So, the core subjective is I'm going to take about security attacks. It's in the 5th unit. To understand various security issues in ADHOC and the sensor networks and the corresponding solution. So, security attacks. Wireless sensor network is prone to security attacks. Consists of a large number of. So, initially, wireless sensor network consists of a large number of cheap micro sensor nodes deployed in the monitoring area. It's a multi-hop self-organizing network system formed by wireless communication method. Its purpose is to sense, collect cooperatively the information sensed by sensor in the network distributed area and forward. So, what are the characteristics of a wireless sensor network? There is no central node, there is no coordinator. So, it can be applicable to various large scale, any number of nodes, and volatility of network topology, data centric. So, what is the need for security? You have to have the data confidentiality, data integrity, data freshness, data availability, robustness, and access control. Data confidentiality, the data should be kept confident. The authorized user only can able to access the data. Data integrity, whenever the modification or the changes made in the data, data at any part of time, at any point of time, the data modification should be recorded. The data freshness, what are the data that is newly entered, it has to be kept constant, kept as such. Availability of the data, it should be available 24/7, and robustness of the data. So, the data should be easily accessible. Then access control, it will be given by the provider. So, security goals and services and authentication, message integrity, verification, freshness, confidentiality, access control, availability, and key distribution. The key distribution is the major part in having the security part of the data. So, key distribution, if we have the symmetric and asymmetric, we will be having the symmetric cryptography. The same key used for encryption will be used for decryption also. So, what are the vulnerabilities? What are the security vulnerabilities in wireless sensor networks? And the network availability attacks, DOS attack is denial of service attacks, attacks on secrecy and authentication, stealthy attack against service integrity. So, denial of service attack, it happens in the physical layer attacks, and then so what are the physical layer attacks? Jamming and tampering. Jamming interface with the radio frequencies of the, since wireless sensor network operates in the radio frequency range, it interfaces with the radio frequencies of the nodes in the network. So, tampering is the adversary can extract cryptographic keys from the captured node, tamper with its circuitry, modify the program codes, or even replace it with a malicious sensor. So, tampering is nothing but breaking the entire setup. They will be having a cryptographic key and tamper with its circuitry, modify the program codes, or even replace it with a malicious sensor. Example, sensor nodes such as MICA 2 modes can be compromised in less than 1 minute time. So, the adversary or the attacker may simply violate the communication protocol and continuously transmit message in order to generate collision. If they continuously transmit the message, what will happen? A collision or the congestion will take place. We cannot able to transmit, have the data flow properly. So, retransmit the corrected packets. So, an attacker may cause unfairness by intermittently using the above link layer attacks. So, jamming and tampering. In this case, the adversary causes degradation of real time. So, what they are going to get is they are causes the degradation of real time application running on other nodes by intermittently disturbing their frame transmissions. Link layer attacks. Purposefully created collisions include resource extraction, unfairness in resource allocation. The adversary may strategically causes collision. How they will do? Acknowledgement control messages. So, result is it will take infinite amount of time. Result is a costly exponential. An attacker may cause unfairness. The adversary or the attacker causes degradation of a real-time application running on other nodes, intermittently disturbing their frame transmission. Swarm hole attack is a low latency link between two portions of a network, which an attacker replays network messages. They are black hole and grey hole. So what are the black hole? What do you mean by black hole attack? It's a malicious node falsely advertises good paths. So whenever we have the routing, then the packets from the source or the sender, they will be finding the shortest path or the most stable path to the destination node during the pathfinding process, reactive protocol, or in the route update process in the proactive protocols. So network layer attacks are spoofed routing information, selective forwarding, sinkhole, then the Sybil attack. Sybil attack. Then black hole and grey hole attack, hollow flood, Byzantine attack, information disclosure, resource depletion attack, acknowledgement spoofing. So other attacks include routing table overflow, routing table poisoning, packet replication, route cache poisoning, rushing, etc. So what is hollow flood? An attacker may use a high-powered transmitter to fool a large number of nodes and make them believe that they are within the neighborhood. They will be using high power transmitter. The sensor node will be having the closer proximity. Then they will be they make the make others in the network feel that they have the high powered transmitter node is within the neighborhood. The attacker node falsely broadcasts a shorter route to the base station, and all the nodes which receive the hollow packets attempt to transmit to the attacker node. So Byzantine attack, a compromised node or a set of compromised nodes work in collision and carries out attacks such as creating routing loops, forwarding packets in a non-optimal routes, and selectively dropping the packets. So you can have the information description also. Resource depletion attack, a malicious node tries to deplete resources of other nodes in the network. They are going to make the node who are in need of that resource, they won't get it at all because of the intruder's action. The typical resources, what are the resources in wireless sensor network? So battery power, bandwidth, and computational power. So possible questions are, what are the security attacks in wireless sensor network? List out the link layer attacks and explain each attack in detail. Thank you.